Hey guys, welcome back to Barker's workshop. So, here you see all the parts needed in front of you to turn a normal strife into a Kriss vector looking strife. And here we've got our blaster that has been internally modified for performance. Okay, so what we'll be doing in this last episode is we'll just simply be applying the modification or the kit to the blaster to turn it into a Kriss vector. Okay, I guess we will start with this part. Okay, it simply has an arm that comes out and it has a locking mechanism in the back, and it simply pushes into this rail at the bottom of the strife like that, and then the arm simply comes up and locks over the handle like that. If you turn it around, there will be a little hole, and you put a pin that you'll get with the kit in there to lock it in place. Right. Next, we will start with the spacers. Okay. I couldn't get these originally in black, so I've got them in transparent color, but you should be able to order them online in black. And they simply push into the areas over here, turning this strange looking shape of the gun into a normal, more realistic looking rifle or gun. And you see it simply just pushes in that. Then it also has this bit that fits it over the top, and it also just pushes into place like that. And if you turn it around, there will again be a hole, and you'll have a pin, and the pin just goes in there to lock that in place like that. Right, so now things are starting to look a little bit more angular, and the profile is starting to develop of the vector. Okay, right, so what is next now is this part. It simply clips into place over the barrel, so it's a barrel attachment like this. Push it in place and turn. Right. Okay. Actually, let's just turn it back because I need to fit this rail first. This rail goes over the top like that. It screws it just slides in and connects to the existing rail at the back. I just need to turn it right around the way. There you go. There we go. And it simply slides in. And now you turn this back. And now the profile of the vector is really starting to show. Right. The last bit is last few items are going to need some assembly. So you've got this piece of pipe, and it's rifled inside, and this is the muzzle. The muzzle simply goes over this piece of pipe, so you push it in like this. Make sure to get it in. There you go. And this silencer basically looking thing simply screws over the muzzle like that. Next, place the blaster like this on its back and simply push it down the hole like this. Make sure it's secure. Okay. And I like to have the worker wording facing up like that. So now you can see the profile of the vector really coming into play. Okay, next we have to fit the rails. Actually, let's do the handle next. Okay, so the handle has got two parts. Okay, it's got two bolts going through it like over there, as you can see, and then this thing simply clips over that. So what you have to do bring the gun in position to where you want it. Put it in place. Now I like to do it on this joint here, just to make sure that everything is secure. Then you simply push this into place like that. Put your nuts in the correct place. That. Hold it into position. Sometimes this is not as easy. And then use an Allen key just to turn it into place. Okay, the one is in place. Now just the other. There you go, and the handle is assembled, and now you've got a very solid way of holding the gun or the blaster. Okay, next I will be doing the Picatinny rail. Okay, so this, when you buy it, it comes with screws, and you can see I've already placed the screws in it over here and here. Let me just move some of this out of the way now. And I guess I can zoom in a bit now. Okay, and we need to get a screwdriver. Alright. So for this to work, this spacer comes with the holes in it already, but I had to drill a hole in this location over here. Now be very careful when you drill this hole, because it's at the exact location of where the motors are. Okay, so if you drill too far, you will actually drill into the spanning board that we fitted in the inside. Okay. Okay, the one is in place, now just the other. There you go, and that rail is fitted. Now time for the one on the other side. Again, this rail comes with 3 screws. You'll get it in the packaging itself. There's a hole over, there's obviously holes in the plates that fit in there already, but I had to drill 2 additional holes. One over here in the shell, and one here in this barrel attachment. Okay. Right, so let's get that in place. I'll start with the one that goes into the shell. So obviously you can decide where your rail can stop. Some people will have it go up to there. You can also have different lengths ones, but I decided to go with the long one and take it the full length of the blaster, so that it also helps to keep this mechanism secure, or this attachment in place basically. Okay, first screw is in. The second one is secure, and now the third. Right. So with this kit, what I did is I've got a GoPro, as you can see over here. Let me zoom out a bit. So So here you can see the GoPro that I've got. So I bought a Picatinny rail adapter, especially for the GoPro, and it simply slides into place. Well, first you have to take the screw out in case, and then it will slide. So let's take the screw out, like that. Gonna need some elbow grease, just pull it over. There we go. And now I can decide where I want to put this. Okay, I'm gonna mount it right here. Just put the screw back in. Okay, and now I need an Allen key to lock that in place. Next, I'm going to fit the GoPro mount. Let's just see which way around does it go. It'll be okay with that. Okay, it needs some convincing to go in. And again, I just screw that into place with the Allen key. So let's just zoom out again. Okay, so there you've got the basic shape of the Vector now, and you've got a GoPro on one side. I wanted to fit a light on the other side, and my idea is to fit sights on top, so I don't have sights at the moment. Right, so all that remains now is to fit the stock. There you go. And the magazine. And there you go, the Vector is complete. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the batteries in, and let's take it for a fire demonstration here in my passage. So I'll be using 4 IMRs. And obviously my little polystyrene block just to keep everything in place. Okay, and we are standing on 12 volts at the moment, so you can see the IMRs are not completely fully charged, but 12 volts is enough for us to play with. Okay, let me get to my passage. Okay, YouTubers, so it's a moment of truth. Let's see if this thing that I've actually built, whether it actually works. So down there you can see there's a jug, and there is a helmet mounted on top. I've got the Kriss Vector here, and I've got a banana mag, 18 darts in it, and it's loaded. So I'm going to be zooming in a little bit, and let's just see if I can hit that and what the rate of fire is like. It's the moment of truth. Here we go. Okay, I'm not sure how many hits I had. To be honest, I think I missed a few. I was shooting a bit too low. But you can see the rate of fire this gun has got. You can see the amount of power it's got. It's actually very impressive compared to a stock strife. And modding on your gun is really worth it in my opinion. I used it at Northern and South, the game we had here in Cape Town. And I just demonstrated to the guys the distance that it had and the accuracy it had. Because it's got that extra power, you get a lot more accuracy because the darts fly truer. I wasn't allowed to use it actually in the games, but maybe someday. Okay, so guys, that is the end of the Kriss Vector build. I am very happy with it. I mean, it looks stunning and it works. So, well, keep an eye out for the next mod, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe.